Welcome, my name is Teresa, and in this video I'm going to show you how I used the Prize Peony stamp set to create this cute folded greeting card. Now before I get started, if this is your first time visiting our channel, we would like it if you went ahead and subscribed. And while you're at it, if you click on that bell icon and turn on your notifications, you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. Now if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. I've got my water. Hopefully you have a drink as well. Now, let's go ahead and put this out of the way. Today's card, before we dive right into it, I used a sheet of paper from our prized Peony Designer Series paper, and I liked it so much, I have a second set here that I got, and I want to just show you it because I think this paper is so soft and sweet and just so cute. So let's just throw that on the floor. Now remember, our paper is two-sided, so not only do you get this gorgeous design on this side, if you flip it over, you get two sheets, you get this. Isn't that pretty, that pattern? I like that. Let's keep going through it and I can show you the rest. Here we have some peony buds or peony buds. Isn't that pretty? And that nice gray color. And on the back, I'm not sure if you can see it, it's a herringbone design. Very light, very faint. This has, and I'm hoping the camera picks it up. I should be looking, but I'm not. It's almost as if somebody took that petal pink background and just put some speckles over top. Really, really nice. And on this side, we're back to some peony flowers with that gray granite color. Very pretty. Everything coordinates. Everything coordinates, and that's one of the things that makes using Stampin' Up! Products so easy. Here we go again. It's almost as if, I don't know that that's basket weave. I'm not really sure what you would call that pattern, but again, with the gray granite, and on the other side, a different type of flower. Not a different type of flower, a different flower design. It's still the peony, or peony, depending upon. Now, this is the one that I'm using today. Not this one. This is a brand new pack, but oh, isn't that pretty? And that gorgeous petal pink color, and on the reverse side, so nice. And here we go. This is the last sheet, or last two sheets. Nice larger flowers. These are so gorgeous. You can color this in. You don't have to keep it with just the tone on tone. And then the back, the reverse side is that beautiful marble effect. So let's go ahead and put all this out of the way. So I wanted you to see it. Now you can see why I purchased more than one pack of this DSP. This was the other one that I had cut. So let's pop that over there on the floor and let's get started. We'll go over the instructions. Let me try to just leave this here. The first thing you'll need is to copy this exactly. I'm using the Petal Pink cardstock, and the first sheet you want is to measure 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out our paper trimmer. What I like about this paper trimmer is you have the tool to cut it, and this will fold it. Now I don't need to use the cutter, so I'm going to put it way up there at the top and leave it alone. But I am going to use the part that will score it. And the first score I want to make, it's going to be on the long side, the 8.5, put that down, and I want to score it at 4 1/4. So get it lined up, that'll hold it in place, and then just score it. This is the important part. I want you to turn it over, okay? And now we're going to score it at 2 1/8. Again, crafting is a great thing to get involved with your kids. You have to deal with measurements. I just love it. But anyhow, I digress. And since we have that nice easy fold, let's just go ahead, and I do have a bone folder. I'm just going to press that down. Let's go ahead and press that back part. There we go. And I think I might have done it wrong. Oh my goodness. No, I didn't do it wrong. I always think I do it wrong, but I don't. Okay, now on the inside, we're going to take a piece of white cardstock. This would measure 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we'll go ahead and put that down right now. I really like the Stampin Seal Plus. The bond you get is, I don't think it can be beat. It's nice and strong. The only thing is you're going to want to take your time when you place it down. And you have, You have a little bit of quick response time if you don't put it exactly where you want, but I find it's best to just take it, see, up. There we go, almost as if I planned it, but I didn't. See if I can put that down exactly where I want it. Looks about right. Now, if you weren't watching me, I'd, you know, look right over top of it, but I don't want you to see the back of my head because who wants to see that? All right, so we have that piece. Now, if we're looking at this, you can see that we're going to use one small piece of the Designer Series paper. And I have that already cut for us. This measures 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and we can go ahead and adhere that as well. So let's pull out that Stampin Seal Plus. I try to stay close to the sides as I can without going over. And then you almost want to determine, I think this is the correct way, but it is kind of hard. Now I am trying to line up the bottom of this piece to the white there without leaning in and blocking your view. So forgive me if I don't get it just right. There, so this part is already done and we can set this aside. Now let's take a look here. We are going to use a piece of the Petal Pink. This measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and we can just lay that off to the side for a minute. Then we're going to need another piece of the white cardstock. That's not the right one. Oh, did I measure it right? Hold on. No, I did. I do like to second guess myself, but this measures 3 by 4 inches. And if you can see it here, I did use the embossing folder, and the one that I'm currently using a lot is their newer one, and it's our Tasteful Textile. So let me go ahead over. I'm still using the Big Shot. That's no longer available. If you need the machine that does the embossing as well as the die cutting, you'd want to check into our stamping, cut, and emboss machine. I'll be right back. And just like that, that's done. Now look at the texture. And that's what I like so much about it, that texture that you get. And I am going to go ahead and adhere it. That's fine, that'll work just beautifully. Some of you are probably already figuring it out just by looking at it. I did leave this here for you, what the next step is or why I can go ahead and put this down. I know you're noticing that ribbon, but for those of you with eagle eyes, you notice that the ribbon is going around both pieces, so it was fine to go ahead and place this here, okay? Now I can go ahead and take this, look at this ribbon. Isn't that, I mean, it's all pretty, but again, it coordinates. That's the beauty of Stampin' Up! Products. I'm going to put a little piece of our Stampin' Seal here at the bottom and at the top, or the top and the bottom, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to go ahead and place my ribbon. I want to get it as straight as possible. And let's turn it over. And let's just go ahead and cut off what we don't need. There we are. And I'm going to just face up because I don't want it to stick to anything. Put that off to the side. The next thing we're going to work on is stamping our image. Now, I do want to say something about this. Whenever you decide to get a stamp set, if it comes with a coordinating die, usually it will be, not usually, and if it's offered as a bundle, so if you have the stamp set and they're offering coordinating dies, sorry about that, and they have it as a bundle, you save an additional 10%. So I could kick myself. Back when I first started my stamp collection, I didn't have the Big Shot, which is now our Stampin', well, the new version is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I wish now that I had gotten the bundles when they offered them. So even though you might not be ready for the cut and emboss machine, I would recommend getting the sets when they're offered. That's my little story for today. Now I want to take this nice big flower. Look at the detail on this. It's so pretty. I do want to show you, do I have it here? I do. I did try this image by using the Petal Pink because I thought, let's really just do tone on tone. And I do want to show you what that would look like had I stayed with that. but I thought that's very soft and that's very pretty, but it wasn't sitting right with me. So I just put him in my stash of extras and I went to the gray granite because this is one of the colors that coordinates with our prized Peony or Peony designer series paper, and that's what I chose to do. So let's go ahead and ink up this gorgeous large, I hope I'm not shaking the camera. It looks like I am. Let me see if I can hold that with one hand and ink it up with the other. Go ahead and press down. I do like to hold it for just a second or two, maybe apply pressure all around, because this is a nice large stamp. Ooh, and it'll dry and it'll get a little lighter as it dries as well. Take good care of your ink pads and they will last a very long time. The same thing with your stamp set. Make sure, not your stamp set, but your stamps, clean them off. You can use a baby wipe. I am not going to show you the brand because I don't want to give them, I don't want to show favoritism, because honestly, I just get whatever baby wipes are on sale. But look, go ahead and just clean off that stamp and you can keep it looking nice and new as long as possible. See, it's taking off all that ink. And then you can follow up with a, I'll just pop that up there for a second, and you can just follow up with a paper towel just to make it dry. And then I actually will leave it out for just a little while and it can dry while we finish this. So now, taking the coordinating die, because I have learned my lesson and now I get both. So I'll save that extra 10%, but I also, you can always fussy cut this out. And I have done that, but I've gotten to the point where I just go ahead and get the coordinating dies. And there's nothing wrong with fussy cutting. Been there, done that. Let me run over to my Big Shot machine and run this through. Be right back. There we go. And I left it together just so you could see. This is just a Post-it note. It really helps to hold it in place while I run it through the machine. Oh, there's one little piece. Let's just pop that out and throw that away. Okay, there we go. Clean up our station a little bit. So now we're really close to just being done. It's a particularly hot day, so don't mind me. All right, now, here's a little trick. My hands, I gotta dry my hand off. Okay, so let's take a look where I want this. I'm not gonna push down too hard because I know. I want it to see a little bit of the white, so I'm gonna take it down. Actually, I'm doing it the wrong way. And you'll see why I'm doing it this way in a second, because this is the reverse side. Now this is where I want it to be at the end, and I'm not paying attention to the top and bottom as much as the side. I do like to see a little of the white insert. If you don't want to, you could go out further. It's up to you. I like to see a little bit of that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a little mark there and a little mark there. Now, if I didn't have this, I would go ahead and put something there. And the reason for that is I cannot tell you how many times I've been called away. Like I'll have the little mark at the top and the bottom, but nothing else, and I will glue the wrong side. So it's nice to just put a little mark on the side you want to apply the glue to. And I can use the Stampin' Seal Plus. You can use your Tombow liquid glue, whatever it is you want to use. I am going to use, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Tombow liquid glue. It's been a while since I've used it for you guys. I really, really like our Stampin' Seal. But you know what? I want to show you that either one works fine. Now when you're doing your Tombow liquid glue, you want to get close to the edge, but don't make it thick close to the edge, because when you push down on it, it will seep out the sides, and we definitely do not want anything to seep out of the side. So there we go. And now I don't have to eyeball there because I know where I want it to be in terms of showing on the white. And I'm going to try again, without leaning over you, to center it top and bottom. I wish you could, maybe I should do these lives, because then I could say, hey, does that look good? And somebody could tell me, but we're just gonna wing it. Let's just press it down, see if I like it. There we go. And I'm also, since it's out, I'm going to use the Tombow liquid glue again. You could raise this with dimensionals if you wanted to. I chose not to. You could certainly use your Stampin Seal adhesive. You know I love it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Tombow today. I mean, he's sitting there, and you know I don't wanna just, if it's there, I'm going to use it. Waste not, want not. I feel like that was very much something my grandparents' generation was much better at. I do remember, this is too much information, it's not that you asked, but I remember when she passed, we had to go clean out her apartment. And she saved, you know, jars that, you know, like your ragu or whatever came in. And she had paper bags tucked away, I mean, throughout the apartment. But when, after you live through the Depression or something like that, you realize just how valuable all of that stuff is. Now it's just about putting your flower on however you want it. So it's not going to be the exact same place as that one, but that's okay. See? Do you see them? Now I did want to embellish them, and right now I'm really liking, well, y'all know I like my pearls, and you know I like the bling bling, the rhinestones, because the shine on these things, it's blinding. Turn away from the TV. But anyhow, I like those a lot, but I really like our elegant faceted gems. Now, so much so, that's an unopened pack. This is pack number 2, I think I've already been through. But I'm gonna grab our pick tool, because I like this as well. See, this is my playtime. I film it for you guys, but really, when I come to my craft table, this is my decompress time. Now, you can settle an argument, well, a disagreement, difference of opinion, that my husband and I had. He wanted these gems or these little embellishments to go vertical, and I did, but he's not here right now because I kick him out when I'm filming because I'm self-conscious enough. I'm going to place them horizontally. And you guys, if you don't mind, go ahead and add a comment which way you prefer them. You can say vertical or horizontal. Won't hurt my feelings. Well, it would hurt my feelings, but if you choose his over mine, it'll make him feel good. Wait a minute, he'll feel good, and he's probably going to start giving more opinions. Oh, I may not have wanted to offer that, but there you go. So 2 different looks. Now I do want to take the boning tool, and I want to press this a little bit tighter, this seam. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to go in and just really push on that seam a little bit more. There we go. And then let's press it this way a little bit more to really make it fold. And there we have it. His and hers. And I actually think he might be right, but shh, don't tell him. Anyhow, there you have it, another fun fold idea. And we used the prized peony stamp set, and we used the coordinating gray granite, and we used this wonderful, is this in this shot? I don't even know. We used this beautiful, coordinating ribbon in the soft petal pink. And let's not forget our designer series paper, as well as our wonderful coordinating faceted gems. There you have it. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you choose to copy this pattern either exactly as is, or you're saying, you know what, this would be gorgeous in maybe the pretty peacock or the night of navy, whatever color, and you recreate this, please share it with us. Go over to our Facebook page, Stamping and Sipping with Tea, and go ahead and post it there. Anyhow, one last thing, I am a demonstrator for Stampin' Up, and a link to my website is provided in the description below, as well as a full list of the items that were used in this video. If you already have a Stampin' demonstrator, a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I ask that you shop with them. And if you don't, please feel free to place your order with me. So until next time, happy stamping, and thank you for joining me.